Mechanics M1, January 2020, International Advanced Subsidiary and Advanced Level. Answer all questions and ensure that your answers to parts of questions are clearly labeled. The total mark for this paper is 75. Question 1. Two particles P and Q of mass M1 and M2 respectively are moving on a smooth horizontal plane. The particles are moving towards each other in opposite directions along the same straight line when they collide directly. Immediately before the collision, both particles are moving with speed u. The direction of motion of each particle is reversed by the collision. Immediately after the collision, the speed of q is 1/3u. Find in terms of m2 and u the magnitude of the impulse exerted by P on Q in the collision. The momentum of an object is defined as mass times velocity, where m is the mass and v is the velocity. The law of conservation of momentum, which applies to any collision where no external forces are acting, states that initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Or for two colliding particles A and B, MAUA plus MBUB is equals to MAVA plus MBVB. So if we take particle P and particle Q, positive direction is moving to the right. Moving to the right is the positive direction. So particle P, the mass is M1, is moving to the right. Initial speed plus u is moving to the right, particle P. So particle P, mass is M1, initial speed is plus u. The final speed of particle P is minus v because it's moving now to the left after collision. So it's minus v moving to the left. Let's look at particle Q. Particle Q, the mass is M2. Initial speed is minus u because particle Q is moving to the left. And the final speed for particle Q is 1/3u plus 1/3u because it's moving to the right. So using the law of conservation of momentum, so we got P, Q, P, Q. So momentum for P, initial momentum for P, m1u plus for Q, m2 minus u is equals to final momentum for P, m1 times minus v plus for Q, m2 times 1/3u. That's the 1/3 there. And for P, that's the minus v there. And for Q, that's the minus u there. And for P, that's the u there. Very, very important to get that correct. So the impulse, mv minus mu. So the impulse for Q, final momentum for Q is m2 times 1/3u minus initial momentum for Q, m2 times minus u. Minus and minus would make a plus. So 1/3 u plus 1u, 1/3 plus 1 is 4/3. So it gives you 4/3u times m2. So the impulse is for Q is 4/3 m2 times u. Part B, find in terms of m1, m2, and u the speed of P immediately after collision. So using conservation of linear momentum, CLM, we have for P, for Q, final moment for P and final for Q. So we take minus M1V to the left side. So we have M1 times minus V. So what we want to do, we want to make this V I've highlighted. We want to make that velocity I've highlighted the subject. So what I've highlighted, I want to make the subject. So we take it to one side. So we have M1U minus M2U minus M2 times 1 over 3U is equals to M1 times minus V. So I've taken this to the right hand side to get it minus. So now M1 times V, that's the speed of P, is M2 1 over 3U plus M2U minus M1U. So to get rid of the minus, we could have put this minus there, change this to plus, change that to plus, and this one becomes plus. So that's what happens here. So M times Vp is equals to 4 over 3 M2U minus M1U. So we add this M1U, M2U plus M, add these two together. It's like 1 and then 1 over 3, which will give you 1 plus 1 over 3. It gives you 4 over 3. So that gives you 4 over 3 M2U minus M1U. And then we can factorize U out. U is common. So we take U out of the bracket. We're left with 4M2 minus 3M1 divided by 3. Now we divide by the M1. So velocity of particle P, final speed of P is U bracket 4M2 minus 3M1 over 3M1. Part C, hence show that M2 is greater than 3 over 4 M1. The final speed for particle P is not equals to 0. So we say the final speed of particle P is bigger than 0. So we have 4M2 minus 3M1 over 3M1 should be bigger than 0. So you cross multiply, 0 times 3M1 will be 0. So that means 4M2 minus 3M1 should be bigger than 0. Minus 3M1 goes to the right, it becomes plus 3M1. So 4M2 is greater than 3M1. And you divide by 4, divide by 4, and divide by 4. So M2 is greater than 3 over 4 M1.